I paid for a Greek hotel using Hotels.com. The hotel wasn't as described. For example, the swimming pool wasn't in use, there was no air conditioning and no sea view. I complained to the credit card company, Co-op Visa, but it responded that as I paid through a third party they are not liable under Section 75 of the Consumer Credit Act 1974. Is this true? If so, I believe that more people need to be aware of this. If this is true, is it also the case for other websites such as eBay and Skyscanner? A customer was told she couldn't get a refund, even though she had paid on her credit card. Grace Ghost and This Is Money replies, we often think to book holidays and other major purchases with a credit card as we will then be protected should anything go wrong. This protection comes from Section 75 of the Consumer Credit Act 1974, which gives credit card users protection in the event they suffer from a breach of contract or misrepresentation when buying goods. Section 75 says that if you've used a credit card to make a purchase that then turns out to be faulty or not as described, you have the right to a refund even if you're turned down by the retailer or service provider, as UK law considers your credit card company equally liable if you suffer a breach of contract. To qualify for the protection, you have to have bought items or services valued from £100 to £30,000, of which at least part of the purchase, such as a deposit, was made with a credit card. Purchases under and over these thresholds cannot be considered. Understandably, as you booked your holiday with your credit card, you would assume that you would be awarded this protection. A holidaymaker said her hotel was not as described. These include money transfers, credit card checks and cash withdrawals, where the customer is paying for something for someone else and the contract with the merchant is not with the cardholder, where goods or services are bought through payment processors. This applies to buying through a payment platform like PayPal, through an online marketplace retailer like Amazon, when you are buying a third party's goods through Amazon, or through an aggregator like Expedia, which sells on flight and hotel bookings. However, agencies like these may have their own payment protection systems in place, so in your case, as you booked your holiday through a payment processor, i.e. Hotels.com, Section 75 does not apply unless they had their own protection system in place, which it would appear it does not. This would also apply to people, for example, who have booked concert tickets through a third-party ticket agency. The card provider could argue that as the payment wasn't made directly to the supplier of the goods or service, Section 75 doesn't apply. Therefore, customers are advised to try and book tickets directly where possible to ensure they would be covered should anything go wrong. The cover is unfortunately also not covered for payments made via debit cards, which is why credit card holders are encouraged to use theirs for major purchases. Similarly, if you make a cash withdrawal from your credit card for a purchase, you will not be entitled to any protection. If you want to escalate your complaint, you can take it to the financial ombudsman, who will review the case and it will decide whether you should be awarded any money or if the company is in the clear. Does loyalty pay? Listen to the This Is Money podcast. What's the difference between loyalty and inertia? Do we get too little reward for the former and show too much of the latter when it comes to shopping and banking? That's the question Simon Lambert, Lee Boyce and host Georgie Frost tackle in this podcast. It comes as Tesco, one of the original loyalty scheme pioneers, revealed its new paid-for Club Card Plus, costing £7.99 per month. Meanwhile, Nationwide Building Society has also announced it is scrapping its hugely popular loyalty savings accounts held by 1.6 million people. Press play above or listen, and please subscribe if you like the podcast.